In this section, we will look at another type of sequence. We look at geometric sequences. Now, a geometric sequence is sometimes called a geometric progression. And in a geometric sequence, you get each term by multiplying the previous term by a fixed number. And we call this number the common ratio. And we just use the letter R for that. For example, if we have the sequence 5, 10, 20, 40 and so on, well, we can see that the first term, we call it A, is 5, and then the common ratio we get by dividing the second term by the first term, and that gives us 2. In general, for a geometric sequence, the first term is A, the second term is A times R, in other words, the first term by the common ratio, the third term is A times R squared, and so on, and that gives us the general term Tn is equal to A times R to the power of n minus 1, because you can see that the power is 1 less than the term number. We will sometimes have to work out the common ratio when we're given a geometric sequence. Another geometric sequence, 3, 6, 12, 24 and so on, and we're told it's a geometric sequence or a geometric progression, and just like we did before, the common ratio is the one term divided by the previous term. But this leads us to a general way to write this, that if we take any term and we divide it by the previous term, that's how we get the common ratio. In this example, we're asked to see which of the following sequences are geometric. Then we'll have to find the common ratio and write down the next two terms. Let's take a couple of these. Maybe we'll look at part 1. 3, 9, 27, 81. And we want to see, is there a common ratio? So we take each term and divide it by the previous term. 9 divided by 3 is 3. 27 divided by 9 is 3. 81 divided by 27 is 3. We notice it's a common ratio, so this implies it is a geometric progression or a geometric sequence. And we can clearly see that the first term is 3, the common ratio is 3. And we're asked to write down the next 3 terms, so we can just multiply by 3 each time. We take 81, we multiply by 3, you get 243. Multiply 243 by 3 and we get 729. And we multiply 729 by 3 and we get 2187. Let's take a look now at part 9. So 2, 4, minus 8, minus 16. Do the same thing to see if it's a geometric progression. So 4 divided by 2 is 2. Minus 8 divided by 4 is minus 2. And now we notice that in one instance we were multiplying by 2, but the next time we were multiplying by minus 2. We don't have a common ratio because 2 is not equal to minus 2, so therefore it is not a geometric progression. We can have a look at part 1 of this question. We're told here that we have a geometric sequence. We have to find out A and R and use that to find the term that's indicated. So here we're given the first term is 5, the next term is 10. We want to find T11. First of all, we find the first term, A is 5, and the common ratio is 10 divided by 5, which is 2. And now we know in general that Tn of a geometric sequence is A times R to the n minus 1. So T11 is a times r to 11 minus 1. But we can get used to just saying T11 is a times r to the power of 10. So T11 is 5 times 2 to the power of 10. Now be careful putting it into the calculator we always need to put the 2 to the power of 10. Of course we do that first. And so we get T11 is equal to 5120. In this question we're given that the first term is 16. So that means that A is equal to 16. The fifth term is 9. That means that A times r to the power of 4 is equal to 9. And we're asked to find the value of the seventh term. Well, using the two pieces of information we have here, we can just divide them by one by the other. So A times r to the power of 4 over A is the same as 9 over 16. We divide above and below by A. So that gives us r to the power of 4 is 9 over 16. So r is equal to 9 over 16 to the power of a quarter. We now want to find T7. And T7 is A times r to the power of 6. And A is 16, so that's 16 times 9 over 16 to the power of a quarter raised to the power of 6. So that's 16 times 9 over 16 to the power of 6 times a quarter. And 6 times a quarter is the same as 3 over 2. And we just put that into our calculator. And that gives us 6.75. So T7, the seventh term, is 6.75. Okay, so now we'll just pause the video and try some questions.